Hi Flosstube, I'm Annie and I am the Proper Stitcher, and welcome to episode 109. If this is your first time joining me, I am so glad you stopped by today. This is a channel where I like to talk about cross stitch and hopefully give you inspiration to fully finish your projects. And if you're returning, thank you so much for your continued support and all of your wonderful comments you send my way. I appreciate each and every one of you. This is a special edition Flosstube. In this episode, I am going to share with you all of my new releases for the Christmas 2023 season. These are all original designs. I have 6 designs to share with you. So grab your pen and paper, grab your favorite beverage, and grab your cross stitch, and let's get started. So just like with my releases I had in August, I want to make these patterns only available through your favorite online or brick and mortar local needlework stores. So I am giving them the opportunity to order through me directly, and they will sell to you directly. Ultimately, I would like to eliminate my Etsy store, just go exclusively to online and brick and mortar stores, but at the moment I will continue to have my Etsy store open and available. But I really am a firm believer in supporting our shops, so I want to give them first opportunity to sell these patterns to you. So make sure to let them know what you would like to order. I am emailing them all this evening with all the detailed information on all these patterns so that they can get these patterns ordered and in your store, in their store, and ready for you. But if you want to go ahead and email them, just let them know what you would like to order. I cannot wait to get these to you. These are all very special to me, and this is my first Christmas season as a new designer, so I'm super excited and cannot wait to share them with you. Before I share all of these with you, I want to make sure to thank some people for helping me get to this point. This season was kind of a rushed to get to all the patterns ready for you because it's just been a shorter season for me. But I want to thank Matthew. He was wonderful in helping me get all the patterns printed and ready to go so that I can get these in the stores as soon as possible. He has this amazing ability to know that when I need his help, and he comes and he helps all day, and he is wonderful to do that all the time. I have a lot of friends who are also designers and floss tubers, and just friends who are not in the industry. All of these people have been great sounding boards for me. You know who you are. Thank you all so much for lifting me up when I need to be lifted up, and for just being patient with me when I have a bajillion questions for you. So thank you very much. I want to thank just a few more people. April with Farmhouse Needleworks, she provided some of the boards I'm going to share with you today for finishing. Chantelle 141 Design Company also provided some boards. Both of those ladies really stepped it up to the plate for me this time, because I asked them to design and create some boards for me, and they did it in a very short time frame, and they both have amazing boards and products to share. I wanted to give y'all a variety of finishing boards. And then Lois with Lady Dot Creates, she provided a lot of the finishing trims and velveteen that you will see today. Teresa with Jersey Girl Stitch Company created some push pins that are very beautiful decorative pins for these designs. And Corinne with Grace Notes Fabrics provided all the fabric that you will see today, and they're all beautiful. I did have some model stitchers this time around. These ladies really helped me again in a short time frame, and I could not have thank them anymore. They are just amazing. Two of them are very close friends of mine. One is Brinker, and the other is Jenny Allee, and she is with the Bougie Stitchers, who is a Flosstube channel. Jenny and Nancy are sisters, and they have a Flosstube channel. But Jenny model stitched one of the designs for me as well. And then Michelle Stoner, I've not met Michelle, cannot wait to meet her one day, but she also model stitched 2 designs for me today. So I will give you all the detailed information with each pattern. What we're going to do is in between each pattern or each design, I will pause so you can take some notes, and then we will go right into the next one. So I hope you enjoy seeing all these designs and stitching all these designs as much as I enjoyed creating them. I did finish every item that you will see today in true proper stitcher fashion. I fully finished all the patterns and all the designs, all the finished pieces. I finished them all myself. So I really wanted to show you all that I am a believer that you can fully finish your projects if that is something you want to do. So I did finish all of my designs that you will see today. So let's go to the first pattern. The first pattern I want to share with you is entitled His Gift. And it was really important to me to design a piece for this season that was a nativity themed or religious theme in nature, because I do decorate around the house several different nativity scenes. I have, I think, 4 that I decorate with downstairs, and then I do have 1 up here on my bookshelves. So I really wanted to incorporate a cross-stitch design to go with one of those nativity scenes. The inspiration for this one is John 3:16, and if the verse reads, "For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life." So the very first pattern I want to show you is titled His Gift, and here it is. I'm going to come in a little closer so you can see it in detail, and then I'll give you all of the information about the pattern. So all of my patterns are printed in color, so you have a beautifully color printed pattern. This one is on 1 page, so it's a very small pattern, and this one was model stitched by Michelle Stoner, so thank you so much, Michelle. Here's the information on this pattern. The stitch count for His Gift is 105 by 188. That is the stitch count. The model is stitched on 32 count Joy to the World by Grace Notes fabric. And I love that blue fabric, that blue modeling. The wording on the pattern says, "For God so loved the world." And it has beautiful little stars and Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus. So, "For God so loved the world." So 32 count Grace Notes fabric and Joy to the World. Michelle used 2 strands of floss over 2 linen threads. This is a combination of Weeks Dye Works and the Gentle Arts and Classic Color Works. And there is a DMC conversion provided. I do that with all of my patterns. I give you a DMC conversion. The board is provided by Chantelle 141 Design Company, and I love it. She created this beautiful manger barn scene. And if you are not familiar with Chantelle 141 Design, she has a Flosstube channel, she has a store in Michigan, and she has a website. I will link her website below. She does amazing work. The boards come to you unfinished, unpainted, so you can paint it and stain it whatever color you want. This is a wonderful, lightweight, beautiful board that you can tuck anywhere in your decorations. Absolutely love this board. She did a phenomenal job. She will have these on her website. I'm not sure when, but sometime this week I will confirm the date of when she'll have these on her site. But she did a beautiful job with the board. And that, I think, is all of the information on this one. So Michelle Stoner did stitch this one for me. And then these are the pins that if you would like to insert some beautiful decorative pins, if you make them into a pin cushion, or if you want to incorporate it in the board piece, which is what I'm going to do for you right now. These are from Jersey Girl Stitch Company. This is called They Followed the Star. And these are beautiful. It has a beautiful star on it. And I'm going to insert those on here so you can see what it would look like. I did the same thing with my fall patterns that I shared with y'all. Teresa provided us with some pins for those too. But you can put those on and make a beautiful embellishment on your, either if it's finished on a board or if you decide to finish it another way. But absolutely beautiful, ladies. I appreciate all of you, the boards and the stitching and the pins. So this is his gift, and it is absolutely exquisite. So. My next design is titled Holly's Helpers. And I really wanted a sweet, small design that was just whimsical in nature. And so this is Holly's Helpers. Oh, my chair. So I'll give you all the information about Holly in just a moment. But let me just go through here so you can see her. So Holly reminds me of my daughter Gray, little elf girl decorating the tree. We have this adorable deer looking up at Holly decorating the tree and up at the snow falling, and he has little ornaments hanging from his antlers. And we have this sweet little bunny over here who is also there to help Holly. I absolutely enjoyed designing this. Michelle stitched it for me, but I enjoyed designing it and love how it turned out. I just love this scene. So let's go over the details on this one. Again, it is printed on color. It's printed in color, and it is very easy to read. So Holly's stitch count is 90 by 90. So she is not a very large design at all. The fabric I used is 32 count Pistachio Frappe by Grace Notes Designs, or Grace Notes Fabrics. 2 strands of floss over 2 linen threads. And with this one, there's a combination of Weeks Dye Works, The Gentle Art, and Classic Color Works. There's also a DMC conversion provided. And this board was designed by Chantelle 141 Design Company. And if you can see, she did some etching in the board with little presents around the bottom and up here at the top. And she painted this board for me red. She also gave me the option if I wanted it to be white. So that gives you an idea. You get to paint your own board. So this is the color that I chose for it. We chose red. I layered it with a piece of backing fabric. And this is Lady Dot Create Pom Pom Trim. I used all the fabric from my stash. I did not buy any new fabric. I just created these finishing with everything from my stash. I wanted you to see that you can use things from your stash. You can finish things at home. I did use sticky board for finishing. But this is Holly's Helpers. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's snowflakes all throughout. I think the lighting might be a little too bright to see it. But Holly is climbing a ladder, putting a star on top of the tree. So Holly's Helper, so much fun, so adorable. And with this one, I am going to put the pins from Jersey Girl Stitch Company. These pins are titled Dear Santa. And this is what they look like. And I love these pins. I love the colors. The traditional colors. There's that. And I'll show you what those look like. And it gives it just a little extra sparkle. It's very pretty. So, Holly's Helpers. The next design that I want to share with you is titled The Gingerbread's Cottage. And I really wanted to create a collection that was gingerbread and themed because I like to decorate my kitchen at Christmas. I decorate it with gingerbreads, with candy canes, with gingerbread houses, and I just love having food themed decorations in my kitchen. So I wanted to come up with a collection that would either, you could put it in your kitchen or anywhere in your home, but that was my inspiration behind this whole collection. So in this collection we have two separate patterns, but I brought them all together to share them to you at one time. So here we go. Gingerbread Cottage is a drum finish, but you do not have to finish it in a drum. So I'm inserting a photo here of what it looks like when it's not finished into a drum. But as I show it to you, I'm just gonna turn it slowly so you can see it. I finished the drum on my own. I did make a tutorial video to share with you that you can see this week. I will upload it to YouTube so you can see it. So what I did was I wanted to have gingerbread house. We have a little gingerbread girl. We have cookies, sugar cookies hanging from the border. Here is a cookie tree. And keep on going around. We have the little gingerbread boy with more cookie stars and this really pretty border at the top. The pins are from Jersey Girl Stitch Company, and these are called Gingerbread Lane. So if you decide that you do not want to finish this as a drum, the whole idea for me with the drum was if you wanted to do a tiered tray, or if you have a cookie stand or a plate stand or any sort of vignette you want to put in your kitchen, all of these would look really good together. If you don't want to finish it as a drum, I brought an example of a finish I did last year of a JBW design pattern, and this is Judy's release from last year, Over the Fields We Go, or just Over the Fields, and I finished it as a long pillow. So if you do not want to finish this as a drum, it would also look beautiful as a long pillow. So just to give you that idea. But the velveteen at the top was provided by Lady Dot Creates. The color is Chili. That is exactly like color 321 DMC, and it also matches the color that is the red in here, which is Louisiana hot sauce. So, and then this chenille trim is Snow. The name of it is Snow. It's also from Lady Dot Creates. And then we've got our pins. So I do have the tutorial that I will upload this week, or you can go and watch one of my other pillow tutorials and finish it as a pillow. Both are wonderful choices. Both will look amazing. If you don't want to finish it as a pillow or a drum, you can even frame it or mount it on a wooden board, or even a board from Chantelle's site. She has some of the longer boards. Let me give you some information on the Gingerbread's Cottage. So the Gingerbread's Cottage is stitch count 179 by 62. And I should say before I forget that Dawn Brinker was the model stitcher for Gingerbread's Cottage, and she did a beautiful job. Thank you, Dawn. I really appreciate it. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so this stitch count is 179 by 62. The fabric I used was 32 count Baklava by Grace Notes Fabrics. 2 strands of floss over 2 linen threads. It is a combination of Weeks Dye Works, Classic Color Works, and I do have a DMC conversion. The velveteen top is a Chili from Lady Dots Creates. She also has a beautiful white called Paper Whites, and a green. Both would be beautiful. The chenille trim color is Snow. The pins came from Jersey Girl Stitch Company. And I am so excited to have a drum. I did follow also Vanna Pfeiffer's tutorial on how to finish a drum, but I created a drum finishing tutorial kind of for beginners. Just letting you see that I am a beginner, I am not a professional finisher, and I tackled this. This is only my second drum that I have finished. It is the first drum that I finished with the stitching all the way around it. The last one I did had just the stitching on top. I'll go into detail over that in the tutorial. But this is the Gingerbread's Cottage, and that is the title of this one. The next one I want to share with you is the companion to the drum piece, the Gingerbread's Cottage. This is called the Gingerbread's Cottage Ornament Collection. And in this one pattern, you get 3 ornament designs. You get all 3 of these. So I'll show these to you. The first one is, it says Noel. So we have a red sugar cookie here, just like on the drum, hanging from the border. And I just love the colors that are used in these patterns. They're the same colors. So if you are stitching the Gingerbread's Cottage, the ornament collection, they all use the same colors. So you just have to, you don't have to buy new floss for the 2 patterns. But I love the red. It's Louisiana hot sauce. I think it really looks like icing on a sugar cookie. And the green is Hunter from Weeks Dye Works. It just has that sheen to it that it looks like icing on a cookie. I just loved it. So this is Noel. This is one of April with Farmhouse Needleworks boards. And I'll tell you all about how you can order these boards in just a minute. But that is Noel. And I have and I stitched the ornaments, Dawn stitched the drum, but I incorporated little icing dots throughout. Same on the Noel, the N, the E, and the L. I incorporated little candies. And then a check border trim like in the drum. The next one is the little gingerbread boy, and he is holding the letters J-O-Y for joy. And we have more of the snowflakes and little candy dots throughout with a peppermint border at the top. All 3 of the ornaments have the peppermint border at the top. And then this is the green board in the set. I found these little sugar cookies I found them at either Michael's or Hobby Lobby, I can't remember, but they're with the miniature tree ornaments. And then the last of the ornaments in the collection is this one. And it's the little girl, and she has the little snow falling, little candy snows, and the little check border. And I put her on the whiteboard. So let me give you information on the ornaments. So the ornaments come in a separate pattern, and there is going to be a free pattern with the ornament collection that you can either get on my website. I will figure out how to upload freebies on my websites, but with all of the orders coming through the shops, I will make sure that they receive a PDF of the free chart that the 4th ornament that goes with this, that they can send to you or put in your pattern or in your order. So here we go. Information on the Gingerbread's Cottage Ornament Collection. So each of the ornaments are stitch count 50 by 50. So they are really a nice little size, very quick to stitch. The fabric I use is the same fabric as the drum. It's 32 count Baklava by Grace Notes Fabrics. 2 strands of floss over 2 linen threads. Combination of Weeks Dye Works and Classic Color Works with a DMC conversion provided. And the pins that I already told you about that from the drums, the pins come from Jersey Girl Stitch Company. And then the boards. The boards come from Homestead Needleworke. I will list April's website below, but this is what April told me to share with you all about the boards. And this is for the ornaments. So she said that the boards will be available by Wednesday, and these 3 ornaments will be grouped together. They will be called the proper ornament boards, and they'll be in a set of red, green, and white. And they will be on her website by Wednesday. So she said she'll also have a tab on her Etsy shop site for the Proper Stitcher boards, and she's going to call that section Proper Stitcher boards. So when you click on that section of her shop, you will see these boards together, and you'll also see another board I'm going to share with you there. All of her boards come packaged like a little gift in a little bag with a bow tied on them, and these all 3 will come together. And these were so much fun to create. So much fun. The free ornament that will come with it is a little gingerbread house, and it says Christmas cookies on it. So I hope you enjoy the Gingerbread's Cottage collection. So let's move on to the next one. The next pattern is titled Winter Sampler. I did create Autumn Sampler in my fall releases, and so this one is Winter Sampler. I will also have a Spring Sampler and a Summer Sampler. The motivation or the inspiration behind these small miniature samplers is for those of you who want to stitch a little sampler, but you don't want to stitch a big sampler. So these are bite-sized little samplers that are quick and easy to stitch, and that you can incorporate in your seasonal decor. So this one is a Winter Sampler. And I will show this to you and then go over all of the details. So let's start from the top. This board is from April as well with Farmhouse Needleworks. So let's go all the way down. Jenny Allee model stitched this pattern for me. And I just love that blue house and that red door with the gold lights coming through, the little berries in the tree, snow on the ground, and there are snowflakes falling. The red alphabet, I love that color red. And the border at the top, it's just so pretty. It's the same green as this one here. Another thing I like to keep in mind when I am designing, especially these smaller pieces, is I want to be conscious of the number of colors I use so that we're not using it or having to purchase a lot of different supplies. So let's go over all the details on this sampler. So Winter Sampler is 82 by 80 stitch count. I stitched it, Jenny stitched it, but it is stitched on 36 count Mojito Smoothie by Grace Notes Fabrics. It has a beautiful kind of a tiny bit of a tint of green to the fabric. Absolutely pretty. I love how it looks on this pattern. 1 strand of floss over 2 linen threads. There is a combination of Weeks Dye Works and the Gentle Art floss. There is a DMC conversion. The board that is used is by Farmhouse Needleworke. April created this board just for me. This is a very original board, and it is called the Proper Tree Board. She will have this in the section of the Proper Stitcher boards. So this one she will have in 2 sizes. So you have a 5.5 by 5.5 size board or a 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 board. So you'll have a choice between the 2. I used, you can see the little rickrack in there. This is a really pretty cranberry fabric I had in my stash, but the rickrack in here is Vintage by Lady Dot Creates. That is the tiny rickrack that I used. Not the big rickrack, but the tiny rickrack. Absolutely, so much fun, so sweet. I love these little samplers. Again, if you don't want to stitch a big sampler, but you just want a little bitty type of sampler in your decor, you can do these super fast. The pins that go with these from Jersey Girl Stitch Company, it's titled Winter Solstice, and these are some beautiful blue and crystally pins. The blue goes with the color of the house, and it just adds a little extra shine to your patterns. So if you don't want to finish it on a board, but say you want to do this in a pin cushion, these pins would look great too. But I don't mind sticking the pins in the board. You can also put them in the top if you don't want to put them in the fabric. And it just gives it a little bit more decorations. But I love this pattern, it's super fast. I love these series, and I can't wait to bring spring and summer to you. But this is winter sampler. This is a piece that you can keep out all season. It's not just for Christmas. So winter sampler, winter sampler. My last design, the 6th release for Christmas 2023, is titled Peace and Joy. I had a lot of different inspirations behind this design. One was the colors. We love to decorate with cranberries and with natural items, whether it's pine cones, cranberries, snow, greenery, all those things. We love to decorate our home in the natural elements of the winter and the Christmas season. I also knew that I wanted to create a Christmas sampler. Since I began this journey, I just have had my thoughts on a Christmas sampler, and I want to read to you a little something that I put inside this pattern. And then I'll show you the pattern. I said, since I began this journey, I really wanted to design a special sampler for Christmas. I always cherish the memories made this time of year. They often give me peace and comfort to carry me throughout the year. With this design, I've provided an alphabet chart so that you may personalize this sampler with your initials or those of someone you love. I hope you enjoy stitching this piece as much as I did both in creating and stitching it. Merry Christmas from my family to yours. So I did stitch this piece. I created this piece, and I also, another inspiration behind it was mistletoe. I knew I wanted to have mistletoe in a piece this season. So here is Peace and Joy. And I will give you all of the information about this pattern. But first, let me show it to you. And it says, may there be peace in your home and joy in your heart this Christmas. So that is Peace and Joy. And I put at the top Matthew's initials and my initials. We have a guy and a girl under the mistletoe, this adorable tree, and then this wonderful home ready to welcome you at Christmas. Beautiful snow falling. Some of the snowflakes are also hearts. And this is a sampler that if you wanted to chunk it out, you can. I often say, you know, if you don't want to stitch a whole piece, you can chunk and pull things out. So this is in 3 sections. If you want to chunk it out, you can stitch just the top, or you can stitch the top all the way down to the bottom, or you can continue. This would also make a sweet little drum if you just wanted to stitch the bottom and make a little drum out of the 2 deer with the heart in the middle. This is a wonderful, wonderful design. I love it. I'm going to give you all the details. The board is from Chantelle 141 Design Company, and it is a perfect board. You can put it on a plate stand, or you can tuck it somewhere on a bookshelf if you wanted to decorate that way. But I absolutely love these colors. I kept the finish very simple. I used a cranberry piece of fabric from my stash. I had this velveteen cranberry ribbon, and then a gold pine cone, and just a swag of greenery. Very simple, elegant, clean, smooth finish. So let's go over the details of Peace and Joy. Peace and Joy is, the stitch count is 105 by 188. It's stitched on 36 count baklava by Grace Notes Fabrics. I used 1 strand of floss over 2 linen threads, and there's a combination of Weeks Dye Works, Gentle Arts, and Classic Color Works floss used. There is a DNC conversion provided. The finishing board is from Chantelle's 141 Design Company, and she stained it for me in this dark brown. super dark brown, very pretty. You can sand it a little or make it a little bit more of a sanded finish, or you can make it a smooth finish, or you can paint it any color you want. That is where your creative mind comes in and your personalization to this piece will come in too. And as always, I want to thank my friend Melissa Lohr for always helping me find my words, as I like to say, when it comes to either editing or drafting any type of verbiage. So thank you so much, Melissa. And again, this is Peace and Joy. And I am so excited to share it with you. So let's recap all of my finishes, or all of my original designs from this season. We have His Gift, Holly's Helpers, the Gingerbread's Cottage, and then the Gingerbread's Cottage Ornament Collection. We have Winter Sampler and Peace and Joy. All of these are available now for your shops to contact me to place an order. I will be drafting a newsletter and emailing them all this evening so that they will have an idea and a list of everything, all the information they need for placing an order. So I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas, a Merry Christmas. I hope you enjoy stitching these, and I cannot wait to come to you again with more new releases in the future. Thank you so much for your support, and have a wonderful day.